everyone, I'm Rishi Shiv. Today we're going to do Merlin Mission's book review part 2. So, in this episode, we're going to do books 5, 6, 7 and 8. In the last episode, we did books 1, 2, 3 and 4. So, make sure to check that out as well. Anyways, what I'm going to do here is, I'm going to read what's in the back of the book like this, and then I'm going to tell you the main story part, all the interesting details, all that, and then I'm going to rate it in 1 to 10. So let's start. First we have the fifth one, Carnival at Candlelight. Merlin the Magician has a new mission for Jack and Annie to save the Grand Lady of the Lagoon, Venice, aka Venice, from a terrible disaster. To find her, they must travel back in time to Venice, Italy on the night of a carnival. But before long, they find themselves thrown into a rat-infested dungeon. How would Jack and Annie save themselves and the Grand Lady too? Well, actually, they have obtained a book from Teddy and Kathleen, their friends, and who were introduced in Some of the Sea Serpent. Teddy was introduced in the second book, and they got a book of rhymes, book of 10 rhymes, and they must use it wisely on 4 missions, and then they will learn how to make their own magic. So they use the rhyme, make metal soft to get out of the dungeon, because dungeons have metal bars on the windows, and make metal soft. You can just after you make metal soft, you can just give it a good punch and get out of there. And a terrible disaster. What's the terrible disaster? It's actually a flood. So they meet Neptune on a golden lion, and they go on a golden lion, make a stone come to life. They use a statue. They use the lion statue and made it come to life. This is actually the same lion. And then that's how they saved Neptune. So I'll just read the instructions, what they say to that. What Merlin says to Jack and Annie. Dear Jack and Annie of Rock Creek, your mission will require great patience and a bit of magic. The Grand Lady of Lagoon is in terrible danger. The only one who can help you save her from the disaster is the ruler of the seas. To locate him, follow these directions. When water rises beneath the moon, visit the Grand Lady of the Lagoon. To find out where you need to go, seek out a poet named Tiepolo, and midnight 2 men will tell you the time. On top of the tower, hurry and climb. The king of the jungle, aka lion, the king of the jungle will carry you there, not over land but high in the air. You can see this lion has wings. Not as an angel of gold will show you the way to the sea by night and home by day. So in 1 out of 10, I'd rate it maybe 8. Alright, so we'll keep that aside. Next we'll get the 6th book, Season of the Sandstorms. Merlin the Magician sent Jack and Annie back 1,200 years to a desert in the golden age of Baghdad. Their mission is a mystery until bandits attack a camel caravan where Jack and Annie are given a strange box to protect what's in the box and how will help the ruler of Baghdad spread wisdom throughout the world. Well, a ruler in that time in Syria was called it was called a caliph, and they're actually in nowhere, as the book says. They're just in a plain desert. But then, after all, they found a rhyme. They found a rhyme and they used it. What was that rhyme? Make helpers appear out of nowhere. Out of nowhere? Well, the chapter says they are nowhere. Out of nowhere, that means out of the desert that they're in. Because they think it's nowhere. So, the Caliph is actually in disguise as one of those helpers who are riding on camels, aka sheep of the desert. And they actually say they are very hungry. So Jack and Annie get their hands on a date palm, shake the tree just like I'm shaking the book right now, and then falls out the dates, aka fruit of the deserts. And then they go to the room of the tree, and then they found Caliph Abdullah al-Mamun. Mamun? That name sounds familiar. It's the same the leader of the helper that appeared out of nowhere. And the box that they have given to protect is actually a book of Aristotle's writing. You should say Aristotle. As the book says, Aristotle. And one more quick fact. Camels have the strongest jaws. Very strong jaws. I mean, they can eat saddlebags if we let them. I know, I never will. And let me just read out the instructions. That rhyme is actually kind of fun to read. Follow these instructions. Ride ship of the desert, aka camel, on a cold starry night. Ride through the dusk there, on morning light. Find a horse on a dome, the one who sees all, in the heart of the city, behind the third wall. Beneath birds who sing in the roof of the tree. Greet a friend you once knew and a new friend to be. Remember that life is full of surprises. Return to the tree house before the moon rises. And in 1 out of 10, I'd give it a 10. 10. I really like this book. And now I have my second favorite book of the whole series. Third favorite book of my whole series. And second last of this episode, Night of the New Magicians. Jack and Annie must save 4 new magicians from an evil sorcerer who wants their secrets. They travel back in time to the 1889 World's Fair in Paris, France. But the fair is crowded with people, exhibits, and amazing inventions from all over the world. How will they ever find the new magicians? And will their own magic be any match for the evil sorcerer? Well, of course their magic is even more than a match for the sorcerer, because they have a rhyme, make something disappear. And if they just make the sorcerer disappear, because they wouldn't make him disappear, because there is no So the four magicians are the magician of sound. His voice can be heard for over 1,000 miles. That's Alexander Graham Bell. The inventor of the telephone, and the magician of the invisible. He fights enemies no one can see. That's Dr. Louis Baxter. He fought the germs. I mean, literally, he fought the germs like this. I don't know. Maybe he did not. And then the magician of light, Thomas Alva Edison. He invented the light bulb. His fires glow, but they do not burn. And finally, the magician of iron. Let me quickly see who is the magician of iron. Let's see. Gustave Eiffel. He's a magician of iron. He bends the metals of earth and triumphs over the wind. Alright, so in 1 out of 10, I give it a 10 also. Next we have the final book of this episode, Blizzard of the Blue Moon, which is where Jack and Annie learn to make their own magic. Merlin have another mission for Jack and Annie, to rescue a magical unicorn from New York City. They arrive in a dark period in the city's history, the Great Depression. Plus, there's a terrible snowstorm building. Where are they ever going to find a unicorn in the city? And who are the mysterious people following them? Well, they're a bunch of teenagers, Baloo and Grinda. Hopefully Jack and Annie don't turn her into a grinder. So, but they don't turn her into a grinder, they actually turn them into ducks. Not themselves. Turn Baloo and Grinda into ducks. Let me just quickly tell you the rhyme. Fowl of air appear down here, aka mere. The final aka mere is Selkie language. And the unicorn name is Danthus, and from their horn they get the magic wand. This is Danthus here. Alright, so in 1 to 10, I'd rate it maybe 8. 8th book gets 8 marks. Well, that's the end of this video. Make sure to like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you already haven't, and ring the notification bell